is part 4 of the Final Fantasy VII Retrospective. And yeah, we got a big one today. Just as much as yesterday's stream was to me, this one is also very important, of course, as you can tell by the logo. The big logo right over where? This side, right there. We got Final Fantasy VII. Now, there's so many things that has been said about Final Fantasy VII, and it's been covered by, oh my god, from A to Z, from so many people, much more talented than I could ever wish to be. So I'm not gonna go into like real details. Like I said, this is more like me trying to leave like something behind, like a precedence that I came and I mentioned this because I'm a gamer. I admire this series, and of course in many ways I'm a completionist, so yeah, this is part of it. This the only thing I'm gonna say is that this changed the way that many people view what RPGs were, in the way of terms of presentation, in terms of quality of music and sound. I mean, it just raised the bar at that time from what we expected that RPGs would look like and play like. Now, even though the gameplay, the core gameplay, remained mostly the same, with, of course, many things that we enjoyed, like much more animation, interaction between the characters and the non-playable characters and so on and so forth, much more cinematic and dramatic summons and magic spells and stuff of those sort, basically the core of the game remained mostly the same. Now, the presentation is everything in the case of the popularity and how this game actually sold in the end. It had a lot to do with it because, of course, that was the first thing that really struck you the first time you ever saw Final Fantasy VII in action. With the advance of technology, of course, having better graphics, better sound, things like trying to convey emotions and convey certain situations and human behavior was much easier to handle and much easier to express. And of course, this led to the gamer being able to connect a lot better with the characters than ever before. Many gamers began around the era of PlayStation, so this, to many gamers out there, was like their very first experience with a Final Fantasy game. So of course it made an impact, not only in terms of bringing new gamers into the fold that love the series, but also bringing new gamers in, period. So yeah, this little title here did a lot for the PlayStation brand. It did a lot for the PlayStation 1. It gave it a very solid foundation, you know, because PlayStation 1 had so many incredible games, but this one kind of brought the system even more to the forefront. In a personal context, I would say around this point, I had already overcome my feeling of betrayal, like many Super Nintendo fans back in the day, when we found out that Square was not going to do the next Final Fantasy on a Nintendo platform. Now, with that being said, let me go into the gameplay screen so I can show you something that I mentioned a little bit before. This right here is a video of the CGI demo that was being demonstrated by Square at the time, 1995 I think it was, where they show off what they had in mind or what they were capable of doing with the new CGI workstations that were going to be basically the main tool of development for the N64. So let me put this on. So as you can see, whoa, got some butt action going on there. Oh yeah. Kidding aside, this basically had us at the point where we got to see this mostly on in magazines, of course. Hey, Anthony, came right on time, man. I just began showing the video that I was talking about the other day that was kind of hard to get. Actually, it wasn't that hard. Showing off the CGI demo that Square at the time was pitching in terms of what they had planned for the N64. Yes, there was a nice little rounded polygon butt going on there, yeah. But yeah, these are the characters from Final Fantasy VI, I think it was. And it was showing off what they had planned to do for the N64 at the time using Silicon Graphics workstation, sorry. So, yeah. This came right in between, smack in the middle of us playing and seeing SNES graphics, and now we were being like taunted with these amazing graphics that the N64 was gonna do and how Final Fantasy was gonna look. But in the end, well, you know, not to be, because I really got over it, you know, not to be too salty, but you know, in the end we didn't get what was promised. So, but yeah, this is a small demonstration of what could have been at a point. And bear in mind, this is just a simple demo. I mean, I don't think they even worked it beyond this. And I have to say, I would have loved playing something like this. I mean, after even playing what came to be Final Fantasy VII, which we're going to feature today, I wouldn't have mind playing this. This looks absolutely amazing. You know, so the music is there. How would that have translated with the limited storage capabilities? I don't know. Maybe not as sharp as it seems here, but it would have been kind of cool. And I know I'm on the minority, but I'm from the school of Final Fantasy RPGs where I appreciate the super deformed you know, form of the characters. So, you know, I'm not really that bothered about, you know, them being like that in small form. And a lot of people, they once they saw the realistic nature, like our pal here, Cloud, you know, it was hard for them to go back. I don't mind. I love all different styles, and I wouldn't have mind playing a Final Fantasy like that on the 64. That being said, let's move on, because like everything, you know, we have to move on. So now what I'm going to have for you guys is the main event. I'm going to have, excuse me for a second. Houdini! Oh my god, what timing. Houdini, cállate! Oh lord, sorry about that, guys. Has some really good timing, Houdini. Okay, so yes, I really enjoyed that, my friend. You know, it's like many things that go on in the industry. Many of them are not really that important to many gamers because, you know, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't, the term ignorant would be too harsh, but let's say like ignorant bliss, in the sense that it's, I guess it's better for some people just, you know, play their games and get on and go. But people like me, I tend to love what goes around or what surrounds the mediums that I love. Be it, I'm the same way with heavy metal music. I love to know how the bands were made, how they compose their songs, what kind of instruments they use. So of course in gaming, when you translate it to that, it has to encompass everything about the business, how it works, what makes it tick. So I'm in that group, you know, so having conversations about that is very interesting. Now I wanted to point out, Anthony, this is kind of funny, not necessarily important in the context of my stream tonight, but I kind of messed around with the settings because most of these games, as you guys should know by now, I'm running through emulation. Now, of course, I'm using the EPSXE version 1.90, which is the emulator for the PlayStation 1. However, don't think that simply because I'm using an emulator means that I'm just, you know, downloading and playing ROMs and stuff like that. I'm going to be playing the actual disc that you see right here. This one is number 2 because I already have number 1 inside the computer, the CD-ROM. This is the cover. The thing is, the reason I show it this way is because for most of the PlayStation games, after a certain point in time, I had to put them, let me see if I don't knock the mic doing this, in this format right here, where I would, you know, conserve the covers and the disc, and, you know, and put away the CD jewel box that usually they come into. Now I know a lot of people, collectors primarily, are going to frown upon that because, of course, and I can understand that. The only reason I did this with so many games is because I move around a lot. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to like stay in a certain place for too long, and don't worry, it's not because any shady stuff, but it's, you know, that's the way things have worked out for me, unfortunately. Hopefully that will change. So I want to keep my games as safe as possible. But yeah, basically Final Fantasy VII, you're going to see it upgraded with upgraded visuals, at least a little bit, however, running from the original game. To some people out there, maybe that's something good. To me, I just want to showcase the game, so it doesn't matter to me. But since a lot of people, they care about that stuff, I just wanted to throw it out there. Okay, so I'm going to enter here the option run CD-ROM, and hopefully we'll have no problems, because I had already previously, because when it comes to emulation of the PlayStation 1, it tends to be a little bit finicky, because certain elements are very good in terms of when you upgrade and you throw in some filters to, you know, smooth everything out and upgrade the 3D aspects of the games, but some of them not quite. You get a lot of glitches sometimes, and you need to somehow to tweak them, or tweak the settings in a way that, let me lower this a little bit. Houdini, yeah! You need to tweak the settings a bit, and wow, the sound is, let me lower the sound a little bit. I hope the music is not too overbearing. I hope. Let me know if by any chance you feel that the music is too loud or whatever. Let me know ahead of time so I can adjust it. So here we go, guys. I made a small file, but since I want to run the intro and all that stuff, I might as well go with the... Alright. That's all I needed to know, bro. As long as it's good, we're good. Now, being run through the emulator, it runs very faithful. I mean, everything is there. There's nothing like missing, nothing outstanding. You will see from time to time maybe a little decoloring in some areas, because most of the 3D graphics since they're smoothed out and they look a lot better. I mean, I could have gone with the classic version and show it to you guys or present it to you guys in standard resolution, but it was gonna look bad. I mean, I know we appreciate stuff the way it was, but it's really bad, guys, you know. So I wanted to present it, you know, make it just give, oh, how do you say this? Make justice to the game so it looks and feels up to standard. It doesn't look all blocky, and you can appreciate the art from it. I don't know what's my problem today. I'm having a little bit of issues with words, so I'm sorry for that. Alright, this is looking really good. There we go. The iconic music. Now guys, after that small intro that I gave you guys and the videos that I showed you, right around this point where I first booted up this CD, I had already forgotten that I was mad at Square, okay? I was just, oh my god, I ate this up. Literally, I was like, I had the CD, I wanted to take it out and eat it up. Now, it is a fact that many people, and I'm sorry I come around with the you know, the topic of hate, but as much as there are thousands and thousands, even millions of fans of this game and the games that came out for the PlayStation 1, there are still a lot of haters, a lot of detractors, because they feel that this RPG got a lot more attention than some of their, you know, favorite franchises and RPGs, which is understandable. Especially in terms of the American market and the Western RPG sector, you know, they have been doing amazing stuff for so many years, and they feel that they didn't get as much recognition as this game got in terms of the market, you know, as being out there, you know, because it became recognizable. Now I gotta ask you, Anthony, how's it going? How did it go yesterday? Did you have a chance to rest up and stuff? Because at least I got a chance to speak with Aaron, and he seems to be coming around. He didn't have much rest, but he seems to be good. All right, here we go. Fantastic. Glad to hear that. Now, as you can see, the polygonal aspect of the characters, as you see, because in this scene right here, everything is basically 2D, a 2D scene, and the characters are 3D models. So the 3D models, you're gonna notice right away, they're not blurry or pixely or anything like that, because they have a lot of cleaning, you know, a lot of anti-aliasing and texture filtering and stuff of those sort. So it's gonna make it look much better. So I just try to strike a balance between getting a nice resolution, but not going too far that it's gonna mess up the art of the game. So yeah, I know the dude is called Cloud, but since this is my own stream, I'm gonna give him my name. Even though I shouldn't, because as everybody knows, Cloud is a bit of a whiner, and I do not like whining people. But okay, I'm gonna go with it. Already at this point, I don't know what the hell is going on. I have a nice idea, but I'm not so like We still don't have an idea of what's going to happen in the story, but the music is so that it keeps you pumped up. It keeps you like, yeah, let's do this. So here we go, first time meeting our buddy Barrett. Now this guy is cool. Don't go crazy. Aha! You were trying to... You were gonna glitch there for a second. Had me scared. Yes, sir. The X button. And there we go. Nice transition. One of the many things that blew me away when I saw it for the first time. And here we go, let's fight! Right from the outset, we get a taste of how the battle screen is going to work and how, what options we have right away. And we get to see for the very first time a magic spell in this new format. So yeah, that's our first battle. So let's go right ahead. All right. See, this is what I was talking about. You see that? Those little like red lines? I don't know if you get to see them, but little artifacts and stuff that come from upgrading the graphics, because the resolution is very low. I think is the original resolution for the PS1 is like 300 by 400 something, I think. So yeah, right now it's playing at 2080 by 1024, something along those lines. Well, the first time I played one was actually on the NES, and in the beginning I felt the same way. It was very, very different from what I expected in a game. And I found out really quickly that it relied more on reading. And up to that point, I was a reader, because by the time I played my first NES RPG, I was much older. But I had already had many authors that were like, you know, that I idolized, like Stephen King and many other horror genre and stuff like that. So I used to do a lot of reading. So getting to read was kind of distracting in the first time around playing an RPG. But then later on, since I love storytelling, as long as you have a way to hook me in a story, I'm gonna be there to the end, no matter what I have to go through. Alright, Ribeyes in the house. So, okay, let's see. Now, thank you for mentioning that, Ribeyes, because I also have something to share with you guys. Uh-oh. Come on. Don't go crazy. Don't go cuckoo. Okay, hold on a second. Now, funny thing is that with this game was the first game that made me go out from, let's say, my area, metropolitan area, to get games. Now, I usually would go, and Ribeyes, you know, I know Anthony you won't know because he's over here in Puerto Rico, but Ribeyes, you should know that we had like electronic boutiques around Montelledra, and we had them in Trujillo and a lot of places. But this was the first time I had to go outside of town to pick up a game, and it was this game. I had to go to Fajardo which is where I'm actually at right now. And Rip Eyes knows that from Carolina or Rio Piedras to Fajardo is a long way to go to pick up a game. And I went there to pick up this game because they didn't have it. They ran out, even when I prepaid for it. So yeah, it was an adventure in itself. I had to go with my friend and get a car, borrow a car, and go drive down to Fajardo to pick up the game. So it was incredible. Don't go cuckoo on me. There you go. Now the reason it's doing that hanging sound, kind of like loading thing, is because it's loading from the disk. And since I got everything going, running through the computer, you know, it hangs a little bit, but hopefully it'll work fine and I won't have to reboot. So I hope the family is good, Ribeyes. I hope the baby girl is absolutely beautiful as always. I'm betting that Daddy is really, really proud of a little baby. I myself am about to become a grandfather, so yeah, I'm freaking old. So yeah, soon I'm going to be hopefully in contact with a baby once again. This time, of course, not my own, but a grandchild. So that has me pretty psyched up as well. So I know the feeling. And we found out, or she found out, that it's a girl. So there you go. There we go. We got Afrosoul. Yep. This is Afrosoul's baby. Final Fantasy VII. And she has a lot of stories to tell about as well. She has a lot of memories with this game. So the same emotional attachment that I have with Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy III, she has them plenty with this game. You know. And it's great. It's like I mentioned in the beginning. It's the type of game, it was the kind of game that brought a lot of players into the fold. You know, a new generation of gamers into this that, you know, that we love so much. You know, I'm not yet a grandfather, but I'm close. I'm close. It's gonna happen pretty soon. She's already, her belly is pretty big, and they're like all celebrating and stuff and getting ready for that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy for her. And I'm happy that that baby is going to have a loving mother, because she is absolutely amazing. I couldn't be proud, you know, more of a proud dad than I am with her and with my son, of course. So, yeah. Many things may go awry, may go bad, but that is the only constant, my friend. You know, your kids, it's like... that's like the big thing. There you go. I must say, Afrosoul, that it did impress me back when you first mentioned it. That's a very impressive and forward-thinking tool to use to teach kids. I mean, hell, I would have loved that my teacher would teach me using video games. Hell, I would be doing a lot less cutting class, that's for sure. I mean, taken as the simplest form, look at us right now. I mean, you know, I'm very appreciative that all of you guys are here with me, you know, to revel in how nice this game is. But look how easy it is to get us closer with something that we share in common, that we have so many memories of. And that's the cool aspect. That's the aspect that you can never take away from gaming. You know, there are certain things that go beyond the medium, that go beyond art, that go beyond music, that go beyond graphics, that go beyond technology. It's the things that make us like come together and appreciate, you know. There you go. Like I said, it's a very forward way of teaching. Come on. Alrighty. So I'm making it down the Mako factory. Let's go down the ladders, because soon we will be able to save. Now I have to mention, this game right here did so many things right, and I have to say one of them was trying to blend, because now is it has like a stark contrast, because I'm playing it in higher settings graphically, but before the 3D elements would blend perfectly with the 2D elements of the game, which is something that blew my mind back in the day. The animation, I would say, is number 2. The animation in this game, in terms of the action going on in the battles and the emotions and stuff like that they portray, it's absolutely amazing. Hey, Aaron, you made it! Good! And here we go, limit break. Oh shit. Come on. Check it out. Twice. Power. Power. Legacy of Kain, yep, that was another one. I mean, that with the whole thing of the vampire mythology going on, they did it really good. The first one, oh my god, that's absolutely beautiful. I think that's the one from Crystal Dynamics. My god, that game was... After that, like Soul Reaver, I played it, but it wasn't like the same feeling. The first one was so dark, so violent, and so like real. That was an amazing game in itself. But of course, I love that shit. Anything with violence and blood and gore and stuff like that, I love it. Oh, I got a back attack. Not good. Barrett, I think, almost has his limit break ready. Now, of course, I'm not going to be able to show you guys or play up to a point where you get to the really good stuff, because you need to drop hours upon hours on this game to get to the best parts. Notwithstanding, of course, I'm talking about doing the whole chocobo thing, the whole getting all the summons, Knights of the Round and stuff like that, which I feel absolutely proud of saying this fact. I've said it like 500 times already, and I don't tire of saying it. I did it on my own at a time where internet was not a thing, without a freaking strategy guide. I did all that stuff on my own, and then I started hearing about how people was starting to do the same afterwards. That is an aspect about this game that blows my mind. In like forever, the Japanese guys over there, you know, making the games, they would consider the Westerners or Americans or whatever as being more like, you know, not too intellectual, more into action and stuff like that. So giving them like hard quests would be like out of the question. You know, those Americans, they're not gonna do that. You know, that's too hard for them. Let's make it easier. But this one turned things around. This one, they actually put in more and harder quests. They put in the Ultima weapons. Aha! Which ironically was not present in the Japanese version when it came out. Stirring up and making a whole bunch of people over there, fans, angry because they didn't have the complete version. Which afterwards they had to release a new international version to the people over there with the stuff that we were getting on the American side. So yeah, that was absolutely awesome. Alright, go down, jump on the ladder. Woohoo! And we go to our first save point. Yay! Let me heal them up first. I don't have a tent yet, so I guess I'm gonna have to just cure them straight up and save that little potion for later. And of course, I have 2 memory cards, virtual memory cards here. For the rest of you guys that came in later, Anthony did get to see it because he came in like in the beginning. I want to mention this to you guys. I'm actually running, even though I'm using an emulator, I'm actually running it from the original disc. I still have the cover here. I'm not showing it in the CD jewel box because, hold on a second. This is where I keep a lot of my PlayStation 1 games and Dreamcast games. I keep them like this, like I mentioned before, because I used to move around a lot, so I couldn't have them in a CD jewel box like most, you know, collectors would used to have them. So yeah. So yeah, for those people who care about, you know, original games and stuff like that, I'm actually running the game from the disc and not from an ISO or a downloaded ROM or something like that. So just a little fun fact for you guys out there. Rip Ice, I am hoping that they don't mess it up as well, because so far with the whole talk about, you know, doing it by episodes and breaking it up, that has me pissed off, man. That has me angry as fuck. Come on, don't hang. Oh, there you go. Alright. Breaking it up into episodes and also changing the gameplay, because the gameplay seems to be more similar to Final Fantasy 15 than Final Fantasy 7. You know, it's like, I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't know. And there you made the point, Aaron. You need a strategy guide if you don't want to waste that time. I put hundreds of hours into these games. I loved every second of it. I could not bear to have anyone tell me any kind of secret whatsoever, because if not, I would kick their asses. That's the way I used to be with these types of games. because you want to have that sense of discovery. You want to overcome, you know, the difficulty, the secrets and all that stuff. So that is a very nice point you make. And already we have our first materia, which is another naming convention for the crystals seen in almost every Final Fantasy. That's right. Microtransactions, I think that's the whole point. I mean, breaking it up, it's stupid. It's stupid. I'm sorry. I'm like treading over the same thing, but it's stupid. They're gonna break up the Final Fantasy VII Remake into episodes, and their statements were, we need to break it up because it's absolutely impossible to fit into the format the whole game. So we need to break it up into little pieces. And then the very next day or a few days after, they go, but don't worry, because with those episodes, you're gonna have much more content than you had before. So what the fuck is it? I mean, make up your mind. If you have to break it up because it's not gonna fit, how the hell are you gonna have much more, you know, breaking it up? You know, what the hell is the matter with you? Why? Forget it. In the end, I think they just want to have an excuse to sell them, you know, sell them at a kind of like a high price instead of you know, low discount price that an episode would cost. Don't worry, Afrosoul, because everybody has their own style of playing. And I'm not, you know, I'm not ragging on any... Oh shit, I'm in a first boss. Hold on a second. Woohoo! Look at that crabby thing. It looks beautiful. I'm not ragging on any style. I'm just saying that I personally, that's the way that I enjoy. There are people who cannot enjoy a game unless it's with a strategy guide or watching a YouTube video or watching whatever the hell, tips and tricks or buying stuff like that. I couldn't do it. It didn't feel right to me personally. I love the challenge, even if it would take me more time than most of the people. To me, it wasn't a matter of finishing first. To me, it was a matter of finishing it right. And that's the way I see it, you know. That's why the market of strategy guides and tips and tricks and all of these sites where you can get, you know, the tricks, they've done so good, because not a lot of people are willing or can invest time needed to play like the whole thing. Oh crap, there you go, limit break. Barrett bringing it. Ooh. And now, come on, I want my limit break. Limit break, Braver. Go ahead, kick his ass. Woohoo! Exactly. Both of your statements, both Aaron and Afro, are completely correct. It's just the way that you enjoy the games, because a similar thing is like when we talk about emulation versus the real thing. There are people who somehow feel, you know, like they should be using real stuff and they wouldn't have it emulated. But other people enjoy that. So see, it's like a similar thing. It's a matter of taste. It's a matter of choice. Everybody can enjoy it the best way they can. I'm just pointing out the best way that I enjoy it. There you go, Barrett. Now let's give him some ice. Unfortunately, Rip Ice, I didn't get a chance to finish the whole thing because at the time I was playing Lost Odyssey, I was playing a couple of other games, and I remember it was one of the 3 times that I had to send the 360 in because of the red ring. I tried doing one of the, you know, the first trick, the blower trick with the towel and stuff, which was kind of crazy for the time, but I was desperate. So I tried it. It worked for me like for a week and a half, and then I just had to because it died on me. So I couldn't do anything after that. Alright, so we got another weapon for Barrett. Let's do this because this is gonna blow. It's gonna blow up. Oh my god. 10 minutes to detonation. Okay, the clock is ticking. What do we do? Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is change the freaking Gatling gun for the assault gun. Now, the bad thing is that I can't put a freaking materia on it yet, which is annoying me. Okay, I got big shot. Oh my god, Barrett is almost dead. Jesus. And Cloud does not have magic. Let me see if I find... What the hell happened to the materia? Well, let me run out of here before it's too late. Oh my god, it's gonna blow up. No, don't go back, you idiot. There you go. Uh-oh. Barrett is gonna bite it. But I got a Phoenix down anyway. I'll bring him back. Come on. Come on, we got limited time and the clock is ticking. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Come on, give me a potion. Yes. Potion. Let's give that to Barrett. There we go. That's a bit better. And we can go running and save right here. Really fast. Just in case something happens, you can start from here and not have to do the whole damn thing. Wah, wah, wah. Come on. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Get out. There you go. Oh my god, where are you trying to get? And I can't remember, was it here or through the door? No, up here. Let's get out of here. Wild Arms. Amazing RPG too, Reb Ice. That one and Suikoden. Oh man. Those were the days, man. If there was something that really enthralled me about the PlayStation 1 was definitely the RPGs, man. They had me covered there. That I have to say. As much as it pained me not having it on a Nintendo system, they had my back when it had to do with RPGs. Really good ones. Suikoden 1 and 2, I think I got to play. Let me see what other RPG. I think Wild Arms went up to 4 or 5, something like that. Then you have Legend of Dragoon, which was another amazing. That one was co-developed by Sony. That one had 4 discs. Come on, 5 minutes. That's true. I'm just reading your comment now, Rip Eyes, where you're saying about RPGs having enemies where they stop giving you points for you to level up. Yeah, that could be a pain in the ass. Most definitely. Come on, run up those stairs, man. Move it, move it, move it. Smack that button, boy. Just get out of here. Shit's gonna blow up. There you go. Open that door. Damn it. Open that door. Oh my God, are you... Jesus. You're really dense, aren't you? They're waiting for me right there. Then of course you got the RPGs, Rip-Eyes, that come from, you know, sequels from Super Nintendo RPGs like Breath of Fire. And Breath of Fire 2 and I think it was 3? 2 or 3? On the PlayStation was amazing as well. So that is one thing that the PlayStation 1 has in spades, always had, over their competition. Plenty of RPGs. And at least for fans like us that love the JRPG, like they call them, you know, not Western RPGs, we had a lot to choose from. And there you go. Kaboom! Yeah! Mako power. That was the other name, Biggs. They had Biggs and Wedge from Star Wars thing. Boom. Oh, you got your ass burnt. You got your ass burnt. You got burned. You got burned, boy. That's the problem with long series of RPGs, is that they need to evolve, and sometimes the things that they change doesn't sit well from, you know, with fans that originally started with them. And it sometimes happens to certain games. Oh, here we go. Here we begin with the whining and Cloud wanting to get it on with that girl and not giving the time of day to Tifa, who should have been the one that he should have picked. But that's just me. Here we go, another fight. Ah, this music here, man. Oh shit, he got smacked right in the face. Damn! Don't let him do that to you. Da, 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 da. Ribeyes, you didn't see the video that I put up in the beginning? I put up the video that showed the demo of the CGI that they made, Square made. The demo from the 64 that they had planned before moving to PlayStation. I had that in the beginning as an intro. If you want, you can check it out when I upload it to YouTube. Actually, since we are getting close to the hour mark, let me see, what can I do? Choices. Nah, let me play for a little while longer. What the hell? Fight them! Fight them! Kick their asses! And then you can run. But not now. You gotta face them. That's basically what they had in store or in mind before even moving to the PlayStation side of things. And that demo was made with CGI Silicon Graphics workstations. Those workstations were worth like $10,000 and $15,000 a piece back in the day. So yeah. But like I mentioned in one of the other episodes, it was just too enticing for Square not to say yes to the proposition of Sony. I mean, they were offering them a much lower price for entry for developing the game at their platform. Plus, they had the bigger medium, so they can have all the space that they wanted. You know, I can imagine the sales pitch. And, you know, as a company, you got to be crazy not to take those terms, so... Uh-oh. Now we're surrounded. There we go. Basically the demo, Ribeyes, of what you're gonna see in the movie that I present in the beginning, that technology that they developed for that demo is what ended up being the cutscenes for, let's say, for Final Fantasy VII. From there, they developed the technology to be able to do this. So yeah, everything is tied in. Barrett is pissed off. Hit it again. Smack it. Smack that box. Open the freaking door. It's freezing outside. Yep. That's where, this is the point where they started getting really good with CG, because of course they got their hands wet with first development kits from Silicon Graphics, and that was the cutting edge stuff. Later on they developed their own engine, which would be the one that they kept iterating on. And then from there basically is where they got their chops in terms of wanting to go beyond games and do the movie parts, the movie stuff, because they had the expertise already. Now guys, hold on a second. Let me, can't pause here. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. Now, of course, guys, eventually all that knowledge that they had and they gained basically led them to actually to this point. You know, the Final Fantasy movie, which was in itself, it was a success, although Spirits Within, which I also have but I can't seem to find it right now, was even more of a breakthrough, because Spirits Within almost broke like the, what they call that, oh my god, it's something that has to do with Valley, that it's eerily real, you know. And I saw that movie, it's true, the story wasn't really that good and it bombed on the box office, but technologically wise, that movie was amazing. That's where you really saw how Square had gotten really good in terms of graphics and creating graphics. Now for later on, this is just a preview for later on, since we still have 8 and 9 to cover, 9 being my favorite, let's say, of the PlayStation 1 era, because it's the one that harkens back to the small characters, you know, of before, you know, like the classic style. Then we hop into PlayStation 2 with Final Fantasy X. Then we'll do 10-2, and then we'll end hopefully with Final Fantasy 13. And before this one, I'm sorry, before this one, 12. I forgot to mention that, but that one changed a lot. But yeah, that's what's going to be coming up later on. Let's get Cloud off of this train. Come on, Cloud. Move! Move! Get a move on, boy. I'm hungry. Now here you can start seeing how, if you take a close look to the background, you can see how they managed to pull off, giving the illusion that the background is actual CGI graphics and that it's moving, because they just move certain elements of the background and have the 3D characters play and move around. Now you can notice that difference because, again, since I'm running it at a higher resolution, you can tell the difference between one and the other. Before, everything was seamless. So it was, they sold you the idea of this world that they created visually. So that's something that's, very, very impressive, and that everybody should at least once take notice. The hard work that goes into these things. Come on, jumpy, jumpy. Here we go. Another transition. Now, to me, when I read a story or I get involved in a story, I can pick up if there are holes in the plot, if there are holes in the logic that the author is trying to convey. And that was one of the cool things about these games. Even though you knew from the outset it was only a game, it was only a fictional story, the way that many of these creators did it in a very believable way. They did it, very convincingly. So here we go. Barrett is still pissed off. The coolest thing about that character, he's always pissed off. Ah, another CG. Oh, I gotta check that out, Aaron. I laughed for a little while. Anyways, I think that with this next section, I'm gonna bring this stream to an end, and at least the coverage of Final Fantasy VII will come to a close, because it's impossible to show like the best aspects of the game unless, you know, I actually use, which I still actually have. I have with me the original memory cards where I stored all of the save files that I had when I played this game back in the day. So I'm guessing that if I put it into an original PlayStation 1 and run the disc that I just showed you a while back, I will be able to return back to the same place where I left it and relive all of those magical moments once again. But for now, guys, this is gonna be it. In any case, let me bring this to the screen. In any case, thank you guys for watching, being here. It was really good having all of you come in little by little and joining in. Each and every one of you had like their own memories and, you know, and their own stance on how to enjoy the game, which is good. That is good. You know, it shows that we have different tastes because we are different people, but we do in the end come together to enjoy the same game. And that is pretty cool. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you stay along for the ride for the next one, which will be hopefully on Tuesday, where I will cover games 8 and 9 of the PlayStation 1 era. I hope to see you guys soon. Please take care. See you guys.